Alright. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to some more Fate Stay Night. Let me make sure I'm actually unmuted. Okay, yes. Looks like we're
Welcome
good.
to more I Want to Kill Myself Anyway.
That is not incorrect.
I mean, that is just how Shiro operates. He wants to kill himself.
Either to protect someone or to protect himself.
What do you mean protect himself?
What? Hang on. Nope. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's fine.
Listen, I hate when girls die. Imagine letting that hot knight get injured when I have a perfectly good meat shield in the form of my unprotected torso.
Very funny.
She's cute at best.
All we need to do is throw our bodies under the trolley. They can't stop all of us.
Yeah. Listen, I know how to stop the trolley problem. We just need a really big sword.
Never enough swords. I set a futon out in the living room and laid the
Shiro days
unconscious
tomorrow
Spilia
as of
on it.
the stream.
Yeah. She may have fainted, but her face is peaceful at least.
Hey, don't look away. The bandage will slide off.
I feel a hand slap my back. God, Tasaka, is that any way to treat the injured?
Shut up. I'm treating your wounds, so hold still. Come on, raise your right hand. Doubt you need it, but let me put some ointment on it.
Cold!
If you can feel it, you're fine. Come on, let me wrap it up.
She wraps the bandage around my right shoulder with surprising skill. It's past 10.
Had a lot of practice this week.
After our battle with Caster, Tosaka began treating my wounds as soon as we got back to the living room. Well, she started, but most of my wounds had already healed, so now she's just fussing over me.
And we're done. Your body is nuts. Only vampires heal like you do. Are you sure you're human?
I think she's said something similar before. Hey, I'm just an ordinary human being. Even I don't know what's going on with my body, so don't bother asking.
Don't mess with me. Who in the world could possibly be walking normally after getting their spinal cord severed? Look, it's useful, so I won't question it too much. But it's also getting creepy. Don't tell me you can't die unless your head is chopped off.
Tosaka, we're not testing that. Tosaka, put the knife away.
I'm just wondering if you would turn into a fucking Dallahan.
Tosaka, why do you have a wooden stick? That's not how it works. Tosaka! The scary thing here is that Tosaka is serious. One of these days, she might actually try for my neck with an axe.
Oh, Clover!
No. Clover!
You rang?
God damn it. Carlos, no!
You think so too, right, Saber? I think you're the cause, but still, he's damn near immortal.
Are you saying Shiro's healing power is not his own?
Of course not. Do you think someone who only knows strengthening magecraft could do something like that?
I don't know, he could strengthen his cell's ability to regenerate.
This ridiculousness can only be a result of his connection with you. Your own healing power must be flowing into him.
You think so? I've never felt that kind of connection with him before. If you are correct, my magical energy should be flowing into Shiro as we speak. More importantly, my healing power is not as strong as Shiro's.
Saber, what's wrong? You just went pale.
Saber stares off into space, apparently not even hearing Tosaka.
God. No, it can't be.
Saber shakes her head and looks down. Tosaka and I exchange looks. Saber's acting weird. Actually, I know why. Ever since that golden knight appeared, Saber's been pretty down.
Well, let's put Shiro's issue on hold for now. Saber, did you know that gold guy we met earlier? Goldie said something about you being his or something.
Saber doesn't answer. She obviously doesn't want to talk about it, but I still want to know. Tosaka's asking a question I want answers to. Saber, if you know, then tell us. Who was the guy? You called him Archer.
Yes. I hate to admit it, but I know that man. It should be impossible, though. There should only be 7 servants, so it shouldn't be possible for him to be summoned as well.
A servant? So he really is a servant. That's pretty obvious. That could be a real problem for us.
His class is Archer. He is, of course, a completely different heroic spirit from the Archer who formed a contract with Reen. His abilities and temperament are different as well.
I can tell. I only saw him briefly, but it was more than enough to get a sense of what a monster he is.
Hold on a minute. That doesn't make sense. If he's an archer and a servant, that makes 8. But only 7 servants can be summoned at a time. One disappearing doesn't mean another pops up to take their place. Besides, even the Holy Grail doesn't have the magical energy to summon more than 7. There are only 7 servants because that's how many can be summoned at once. So how can they summon an 8th? Wait. Saber, did you meet him in the previous war?
Yes, Reen. On the final day in the previous Grail War, I fought him in a sea of fire. By the way, the Grail can summon way more than 7.
I figured.
14 if the backup mana is taken. 100 if you're in the moon.
Well, right, that's a thing. For a moment, my entire body tenses. Saber fought a sea of fire? In a sea of fire. This is nothing new. I already heard from Kotomine that the fire was caused by the Holy Grail War, so it shouldn't be a surprise. I've been trying not to think about it all this time.
So what happened? Did you manage to beat him?
Did not defeat him. That is, I could not defeat him, because I...
You were beaten instead. Unlike your messed up summoning through Shiro, you couldn't beat this guy even when you were summoned properly.
Saber hangs her head but doesn't answer. And that's answer enough. Saber couldn't win? Not this imperfect Saber hobbled by my weakness, but Saber with nothing holding her back? Is that even possible? If you consider her expressly in terms of her strength as a swordsman, Saber isn't invincible. She was weaker than Berserker, but Saber has her Noble Phantasm. The other servants' Noble Phantasms are powerful, but Saber's exceeds them all. It's hard to believe there could be a hero in this world that her sacred sword can't defeat.
There's only one explanation. He wasn't summoned for this war. He must be a servant who remained from the previous war. Nothing else makes sense.
Good. My mind stops working. It's not that I agree with Tosaka's assessment, but she's just described what I'd been hoping could be possible since yesterday. Pokemon.
He's muted.
Oh. Welcome back, Sai.
She's muted.
Huzzah! That is fucking hell. How he gets
I just
it.
got back.
Die, monster.
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 You don't belong in this world.
I hate what the fuck is going on.
Where's the die monster?
We did that. H.
Oh.
That's good for the little.
What is a madman? Anyway, I mean, Shiro is a vampire. Tosaka said it.
Die, monster. 2.
Anyway.
Okay. You say that like Shiro is a vampire. By that logic, Dracula in that short is an archer class because of those wine glasses.
Yes, exactly.
You can't just throw something and call yourself an archer.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's how it works, Reem? Anyway.
This is Rin. This is Rin.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
There are not buts. There are not buts. There are no buts. There are not buts. Good job.
I mean,
Yet this
based
game
on
still has better grammar than some of our
based on that
conversation.
DVD that got shared earlier, you're not wrong.
Look, that butt is dead.
Yeah.
All the like actual good butts are like dead.
Why are all the good butts gone?
Tosaka is
The only
right there.
possible explanation. Only 7 servants can be summoned for each Holy Grail war. If there are any other servants here, wouldn't that mean they're the winners who survived the previous war?
There's a heavy silence. Yet, why does Tosaka look so pleased? Tosaka, why do you look so happy?
Isn't it obvious? There's precedent. I don't know who that guy is, but he's the servant who won the last Holy Grail war, right? Then, he must have obtained the Holy Grail, and he's staying in this world with its power. That means he's proof that as long as you obtain the Holy Grail, a servant can remain in this world. I'd like to capture him and question him for more information.
Apostrophe. Not quote to end that. It was an apostrophe.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Tosaka. I don't know who the heck that guy is, but he's a servant, and he's remained in this world ever since the previous war. Which means there's a way for Saber to do the same.
There's a way for Tosaka to do the same!
Bye, Tosaka!
Well, I don't know who he is, or what his motives are, but it doesn't change the fact that he's an enemy we need to defeat. Saber, so what's his true identity?
Do not know. Even during the previous war, I could not know his identity. He did not have a noble phantasm specific to him.
You didn't have a noble phantasm that made it clear who he was? That's ridiculous. A servant who doesn't have a noble phantasm wouldn't be a servant, right? Besides...
Hi, Archer.
That's right, he had plenty of them. Shouldn't be too hard to figure out his identity since he used so many. We just need to figure out which hero would match the shapes and sizes of the noble phantasms he used.
Then I shall ask you this. Do you remember any of the phantasms he used?
Of course I do.
Tosaka thinks hard for a moment. She folds her arm over her chest, frowning, and then just tilts her head in confusion.
No way. That's impossible.
Huh? What's going on, Tosaka? What's impossible?
Open your damn book.
I don't believe it. The one covered in blood was Dine's life, and that sickle-looking thing was Harp. Probably pronouncing that wrong, but I don't care. There's one that looked Chinese too, and I think there was one that looked like it was used by Akala.
Tosaka looks almost crazed as she mutters to herself. She looks like she's tumbling down a rabbit hole.
So that one was similar to Saber's sword, but it should be different. The simple design looked like it must have come from Northern Europe, and I heard most originals with magic swords tend to take their cues from Nordic sources.
She's even starting to grind her teeth. Hey, Tosaka! Leaving her to her own devices will do more harm than good. But, excuse me. If I don't stop her right now, she'll wind up paying the price later. Especially me. Tosaka! Come back to us!
Shut it, Shiro! Your butting in is just confusing me.
I'm not trying to butt in. You're talking about that guy's noble phantasm, right? Judging from their shapes, there was Dansleaf, Harpe, Durandal, Vajra, Kaladbolg, and Gaybolg. I don't know the Chinese one, but I think I covered all the famous ones.
Yeah, you're right on all counts.
I don't love the face she's making. It makes me feel even worse. I don't know much, but I just blurted out what leapt into my head.
What does that mean? There's no hero who has such an insane number of noble phantasms. And more importantly, weapons are all from all over the place, so I have no idea what the hell's going on.
Yes, that is why even I could not discern his identity. He employed a wide variety of phantasms, each of which should have been a sign of a specific hero. Archer had so many I could not narrow down his identity. This is applicable for multiple archers.
Yeah.
Specifically 2.
Both of them in this game. The two
Yeah.
look perplexed. Well, with so many noble phantasms, we have no hope of determining who he is. It's like hiding a leaf in a forest.
Shiro,
Oh, sorry.
don't you have any suggestions?
Tosaka, obviously annoyed, glances at me, expecting... I'm not sure what. She's just taking her frustration out on me, I guess. Like what?
Like anything you noticed or deduced, any flash of inspiration. We need some real outside-the-box thinking here. Our only chance at solving this predicament is through sheer luck.
She may be right. I get it. You're making fun of me.
Rude. I just think you're no help in the first place. So, what do you think?
I've got nothing. I raise my hands up in surrender. Tosaka groans.
That leaves with only one conclusion. Saber, do you think all his noble phantasms are fakes? There's no other explanation.
I agree, however...
Huh? They weren't fakes? How did I figure that out? Besides, fake noble phantasms wouldn't have harmed Caster.
How do you figure, Emiya?
I'm just saying they were real. Actually, everything else seemed fake.
Huh?
It's intuition. I can't explain it, but those were all real. Lancer's Gaybolg is real, of course, but the spear the other guy used is also the real Gaybolg. What? Her making that face isn't making explaining this any easier. It doesn't help that I have no idea how I know this. I just know all his noble phantasms are real. I can feel it. Maybe it's because I used projection during our battle against Berserker? After seeing all those noble phantasms, I can tell they're all real. A great weapon is imbued with specific concepts, while imitations lack something. I learned that much when I replicated Saber's sword. In that regard, I think all the noble phantasms that servant had were perfect.
Alright, let's just set what Shiro said aside.
Smart move.
Since we don't know that guy's true identity, we should think of our next moves.
Can we just
Berserker.
make that sentence, let's just set Shiro aside, please? Thank you.
Tosaka sneaks a glance at Saber.
Rin,
After the Holy Grail, there's one more thing bothering me. Saber, can I be blunt?
Why does she always have that mischievous look when it comes to topics like this?
what do you mean, Rin? Is there some... If there is something you would like to know, you need not hold back.
Are you sure? Okay then. What do you think of him, Saber? From the way he was talking about you, he seems to have the hots for you.
I'm not following Tosaka's lead, but I also sneak a glance towards Saber. I don't think Tosaka has it wrong. He seemed obsessed with Saber. Actually, it's beyond being obsessed. From the very beginning, he only saw Saber as his possession.
I do not care what he thinks. I do, however, recall him proposing marriage in the previous war. Of course, I banished that idea with my sword.
Propose? You mean that kind of proposal? What the heck is that servant thinking?
Whoa, I don't know that I should celebrate that, but I get the sense you don't feel too bad about it either. That's flattering for a woman being proposed to, even after you've become a servant.
That's not true. And I do not have that kind of freedom. My only goal is to obtain the Grail. Honestly, that kind of nonsense irritates me. Glares at Shiro.
Really, you might feel that way, but he seemed really into you. Guys like that, they don't get discouraged, even when you reject them. You're stubborn too, so maybe you two are a good match.
Tosaka's being irresponsible, so I'm not sure why she looks so amused. Tosaka looks like she's happy to have a conversation like this with Saber, even though Saber seems disinterested.
Keep telling you I have no interest in such thing. He is certainly a skilled heroic spirit, but he and I are of vastly different minds.
Saber's responses are at least sincere.
Oh, did you hear that, Shiro? Saber has no interest in men. Relieved?
I did marry Guinevere. Rin, Shiro has nothing to do with this conversation. There is no logic in what you've just said.
I figured. My bad. But if you're not sure why I'm so amused, I have to say this whole thing is just funny.
Tosaka laughs menacingly. Her eyes make it clear she's laughing at me as much as Saber. I don't know what's pissing me off, but I get up without a word.
Huh? Hey, where are you going, Shiro?
Tea. I'm getting thirsty and figured I'd prepare tea for everyone. I huff and head towards the kitchen. I don't know why, but I'm just irritated. So, I decide to make super bitter tea for Tosaka.
Understandable.
Then I'm going back to my room for now. Let's talk more tomorrow when Ilya wakes up.
How did she know when Ilya was gonna wake up?
She's guessing.
After teasing Saber for a good while, Tosaka gulps down her bitter tea and gets up. Yeah, go to sleep. Don't come back here.
I'm fine. I'm leaving the rest to you here.
I don't know why she's so amused, but Tosaka's mood seems good even as she turns her back to the outbuilding.
What will you be doing, Shiro? Your wounds may have healed, but you should not push yourself. You should also rest for the night.
Yeah, I intend to. But I'm gonna watch Ilya a bit more. If she seems alright, I'll take her to the spare room, and then I'll go to bed too.
I see. Then I will stay as well.
And that's where our conversation ends. Tosaka was the one making all the noise, so it's gotten awkward now that it's quiet. Well, It's not that it's awkward. I'm anxious because there's so many questions rattling around in my head, and so many things I want to say. Come to think of it, I haven't really been able to talk to Saber. About the Holy Grail. About her not being dead. About how even if she obtains the Holy Grail, there's no salvation for her. There's no need to explain why. She still doesn't have a wish for herself. Saber, about our conversation earlier. Our eyes meet. Hers tell me that she knows what I want to say.
Yes, what is it, Shiro?
She tries to divert what I have to say with her quiet tone, but I have to talk to her. I said about our earlier conversation. Tosaka said servants can stay in this world if they obtain the Holy Grail, so...
No, I have no intention of remaining here. The moment I obtain the Holy Grail, I will return to my original time.
So you're going to redo the selection of the king? Rather than saving yourself from the brink of death, you want to start over from the very beginning?
Yes, it is the king's duty to protect the nation. I was inadequate, so I must at least select an appropriate king in my stead.
She says this like she's talking about a stranger. For some reason, I get real mad. You idiot, wake up! To hell with the king's duty. What matters is that you're here. You should do what you want to do. You're strong, right? Then finish off this war right now, get your Holy Grail, and quit being a servant. If you have a wish, don't use it to go back in time and redo everything. If you want to change, don't change your past self, but find a way to change now, then return to the past from here. Saber doesn't answer. She sighs.
You are very persistent, Shiro. Let this matter rest.
She rejects what I said outright.
Obtaining the Grail does not mean I can remain in this age. Archer, that servant does not remain in this age because he obtained the Holy Grail. It was not possible for him to obtain the Grail in the previous war.
Huh? What do you mean?
One cannot obtain what does not exist. On that night, when the town was ablaze, the Holy Grail was destroyed. Destroyed by my master, who betrayed me. Glares in his eyes. Kiritsugu Emiya.
What? The edges of my vision go dark. I nearly fall backwards, but catch myself with both hands. Kiritsugu Emiya?
Yes. 10 years ago, he was my master in the previous Holy Grail War. Kiritsugu and I survived until the end, and the Holy Grail was in Kiritsugu's hands. Archer and his master were still left, and we had only to defeat them to bring an end to the Holy Grail War. But Kiritsugu abandoned the Holy Grail. As a result, the town was consumed in flames. He ordered me to destroy the Holy Grail, as servants are the only ones capable of touching it. Kiritsugu used his final command spell to force me to destroy the Grail. He actually used 2.
Damn.
To force her. Of note,
Yeah,
Saber servants have high magic resistance. Command seals are magic. He had to use 2 at once to make that go off. With the Holy Grail gone, servants could not remain in this world. Kiritsugu did not try to keep me here. That is my last memory. I could not conclude my battle with that Golden Knight Archer, nor ask Kiritsugu why he betrayed me.
It's not like I never thought about it. My old man was a mage. If he lived in this town, he could have been involved in a Holy Grail war. But still, why didn't you tell me, Saber? Oh. Nope. Why didn't you tell me, Saber? Why didn't you tell me my old man was a master?
A servant typically does not retain their memories from previous summonings, and the same heroic spirit is not typically summoned as a servant consecutively. I am an exception to this rule. That is why I determined it would be best not to mention that to you. By the way, keep in mind that typically, say hi to rules, lawyers, and I was not eager to speak with you about what sort of master Kiritsugu was.
Huh? Why didn't you want to tell me?
Do you use gun magic? No? Good.
He summoned the most powerful spell of all. He was prepared to meet God.
Shiro, in much the same way you have witnessed my past in my dreams, I have seen your past as well. I was surprised by your past, and could not believe how much Kiritsugu had changed. The Kiritsugu Emiya of your memories was a wonderful person, but he is nothing like the man I remember. In brief, he was the typical mage. He acted purely out of self-interest, and he destroyed anything in his way. I saw not a hint of human emotion from him. In the course of the entire war, he only spoke to me only 3 times. I do not think I need to explain those 3 occasions to you. AKA the command seals.
Mm-hmm.
He was not brutal or some gleeful murderer. He was wholly without emotion. Kiritsugu treated me as nothing more than a tool, and saw himself in much the same way. Kiritsugu killed every single one of his own emotions, just as he killed each of his enemies. I never learned what drove him, or what he believed in, but in the moment I stood before the Holy Grail, he commanded me to destroy it. To be honest, never have I more bitterly cursed the command spells, or a betrayer, than in that moment.
There's truth in Saber's words. No, they must all be true. I realize I knew nothing about what Kiritsugu was like before I met him. There was no way for me to find out what kind of person he'd been before that, and there was no need. Even if Kiritsugu Emiya was cold-hearted, it wouldn't change a thing. The man who adopted Shiro Emiya as his son was so much warmer. That's the only truth about him to me. But what nags at me is, if Kiritsugu truly was so ruthless, then his final moments were just too empty and futile. I see. Then maybe I was able to summon you because I'm Kiritsugu's son.
I do not know. Kiritsugu summoned me after taking the proper steps. He had the aptitude to be a master, and was so hired by a mage family with a long history to join the Holy Grail War. I hear that house provided everything he needed to be a master. They excavated a relic of King Arthur from Cornwall and gave it to Kiritsugu to use for the Holy Grail War. Kiritsugu used it as a catalyst to summon me, King Arthur. And so, Kiritsugu did not possess a connection to me, nor did he possess any attributes in common with me. There must be some other factor which enabled you to summon me.
I got it. I'm not that surprised my old man was a master. What does surprise me is that his servant is the same King Arthur with me now. And one more thing. Saber said that the Holy Grail was destroyed. Then maybe this war is meaningless to begin with. I don't get it. You already know there's no Holy Grail, right? So why did you decide to join this ridiculous war?
I cannot say for certain whether the Grail is truly here or not, but so long as I have been summoned, there must be a Holy Grail. Have you forgotten, Shiro? I've become a servant expressly to obtain the Holy Grail. Put it another way, I would not be summoned to a place if there was no Holy Grail.
Oh, yeah, but then does that mean a Holy Grail can fix itself after it's destroyed?
No, the Holy Grail is not something that can be easily replaced. A Holy Grail, once destroyed, cannot be restored.
But then,
But it should exist. Servants are drawn to the Grail and manifest. Without a Grail, servants will not appear. The priest mentioned that already.
the priest... Oh, yeah, that guy. The guy living in the church. The overseer of the Holy Grail War. The man who's managing the Holy Grail should be able to answer all my questions. The end of the previous war.
Right. The priest in the church overseeing the Holy Grail War. That priest?
Yes, that priest. The whereabouts of this destroyed Holy Grail and how Archer is still around. And yeah, what did Kiritsugu see at the end of the battle that made him want to destroy the Holy Grail? I wake up alone. Even if she's recovered, Saber still needs to sleep on occasion. The moment we return to our rooms, Saber immediately falls asleep. I went to bed as well, only to make her feel better. That was about an hour ago. It's past midnight. I should be able to get out of the house without Saber or Tosaka noticing it at this hour. Playing a dangerous game, Emiya. I sneak outside, trying not to make a sound. I thought of using the bike, but I'd just run the risk of waking them up. So, I walk.
Gaybolg to the chest.
There's not a single person outside. It's late, but the silence is still eerie. The air is frozen, and there doesn't seem to be any sign of life in the buildings. On the other hand, it feels like something dark and sinister is swirling at my feet. Did something happen to the town while Ilya had me prisoner? It's like a bad omen hangs over the entire place. This isn't my imagination. I look up towards the mountain in the distance. Ryudo Temple, which stands a distance away from town, only looks like a black lump from here. But it looks like it's swaying in the night air, rumbling and throbbing. I cross the dark river and walk into Shinto. Huh. So it's been 10 days. On that day, the night I met
When
Saber
the
for the
sky
first time.
fell away. I'm
Our
sorry.
world came to... No, we're not doing that right now.
Actually, shut the fuck up.
I know that entire song as I have
know.
proven earlier. And then walked across this bridge with Tosaka. Seems so long ago. I see the church. Never been here before. I may have said as much to Tosaka, but I did have a connection with that church. If things had gone differently, I would have ended up under the care of the church, and then been adopted by some family later on.
Oh.
It would have been either the Emiya family or that church. One hell of a fork in the road.
I need to bring up real quick.
Hmm.
In another timeline, the Third Holy Grail War was interrupted. The fourth didn't happen. Shiro was taken in by the church and is the villain of Apocrypha.
Oh, funny.
Shiro Kotomine. Or Amakusa Shiro.
10 years ago, all the kids in that hospital were orphans. The church took them all in, at least temporarily. I was the only one in that group of orphans to be adopted from the hospital. That's probably why. I've been unconsciously avoiding the church out of guilt. It's also why, 11 days ago, I told Tosaka it was my first time going to that church. The lights inside the church are on. I don't really like that priest, but there are things I need to ask him. Okay, let's go. I take a deep breath and put my hand on the heavy church doors. Father Kotomine, are you here? I step inside as I call out for him. There's nobody in the chapel. The lights are on, but this vast space is so quiet I find myself more nervous than if it were dark. Hey, is anyone here? There's no reply. I can't keep going in further, so I might have to give up tonight. I whirl around when I hear a sound from behind me. What the fuck, dude?
Would it surprise you to hear that he was the master of assassin in the prior war?
No.
Anyway, Min.
Much after you hear? Are you muted? Are you away from keyboard? I get the feeling he's away.
Fucking rip.
Shiro Emiya, what brings you here at this hour?
The suddenness of his appearance leaves me speechless.
It is the dead of the night.
Oh,
here he is.
I go to the bathroom for just a moment while Shiro's spouting exposition, and all of a sudden I have lines.
yes.
Yes.
God damn it. Hate this game.
It's Kotomine. It's the best worst character.
It is the dead of the night. I had hoped to go to sleep, but the look on your face tells me you want to pretend to perform some sort of penance, Shiro Emiya.
Kotomine sounds bored and turns back to the door he came through. Oh, hold on. I came here to ask you something.
I know that. I did not intend to turn anyone away, no matter how odd and where they choose to arrive.
As Kurumine says so, he opens a door to the back of the church.
Follow me. I'm sure you are here to talk about the Holy Grail War. I cannot allow such bloody talk here.
Kotomine doesn't bother asking my opinion. He just disappears into the back of the church.
Sometimes a man's gotta pret it.
I've come this far. I can't go home empty-handed. I steel myself, determined not to let Kotomine intimidate me this time, and head toward the back of the church. Whoa, the outside's impressive, but the inside is pretty intricate too. This must be the courtyard. A garden and the passageways are too magnificent for Kotomine to live here alone.
What are you doing? If you want to talk, come with me.
The priest disappears around yet another corner. He's not waiting for me. I complain to myself as I chase after Kotomine. The church is a small labyrinth, so I don't have any choice but to follow Kotomine. We enter a modest stone chamber. This simple room, far away from the elegance of that chapel and courtyard, must be Father Kotomine's private room. Okay, you're getting a little close, dude.
Please forgive my inability to offer you anything in the way of hospitality.
The priest makes his apology as he plops down onto a sofa. I smell the faint aroma of what might be wine. For the smell to linger in this room, he must really like wine.
What is wrong? I thought you came here to talk. If you're going to just stand there like a fool, I'm going to be very annoyed.
Nobody's standing around like a fool. I was just looking around because this room seemed weird. I'm gonna go home as soon as I finish my business here.
Oh, that is a relief. I have no time to chat with children. I ask that you
This priest guy really gets on my nerves. I feel like he's reading my mind, and whenever I try to deal with him directly, I just get intimidated.
So, what is it that you want to talk about, Shiro Enya? I thought I already told you everything I could.
Don't lie. You knew all along. You knew my old man was a Saber's master, and that the Holy Grail was destroyed. You're the Overseer, here to manage the Holy Grail, so you can't not know.
Oh, did Saber tell you herself?
Yeah. That's how I heard the last Holy Grail War ended. The priest falls silent, contemplating something.
It is unusual for a servant to retain memories from previous summons. Either Saber is defective, or there is something unusual about her. Either way, I cannot say she is a normal servant. Heroic spirits do not retain their memories. As they are summoned in the past, present, and future, their retaining memories of these summonings would create contradictions. They instead have memories only from their lives. Any memories made after their death, once they've become heroic spirits, should not remain with them.
He ponders this, as if he still isn't convinced. I get it. Kotomine doesn't know Saber hasn't fully become a heroic spirit, so he can't truly understand the situation. That's not what's going on. Saber's circumstances are different from other servants.
In different circumstances, I see. So this must be why you visited me. Very well. Tell me.
His haughty attitude pisses me off, but I don't have time to deal with that, too. I don't like it, but this man might be able to give me a clear explanation. It seems Saber isn't dead yet. Her contract to become a heroic spirit isn't complete. It appears she wished for the Holy Grail just as she was dying, and she agreed to become a heroic spirit as the price of obtaining it. So, see, she's not completely dead. She won't die until she obtains the Holy Grail, and that's when she'll become a servant in the normal sense.
Not dead. And Saber must still be in the cycle of reincarnation. Are you saying she is not removed from the flow of time like other heroic spirits?
Yeah, I think that's what it means. Tosaka said Saber's basically been carved out of time.
I see. So rather than disappearing after her role is finished like typical heroic spirits, she will be summoned as a heroic spirit again and again until she obtains the Holy Grail. But since she has yet to obtain the Holy Grail, whenever her attempt to gain one fails, she is sent back to the moment of her death. And now she has been summoned for this war, and retains her memories from the last. I really can't say I understand heroes who go out of their way to seek the Holy Grail and die. But once she obtains it, the only fate awaiting her is being used by others as a servant.
Right. Even if she obtains the Holy Grail and has her wish granted, she'll just become another servant. I don't like that. Besides, what are servants? You say you use heroic spirits like familiars, but are there contradictory heroic spirits like Saber?
Who knows? I don't know a great deal about how that part of the system works. The permanence of the soul of the servant system was created to imitate that secret method. Only those who established the system would know more.
The permanence of the soul?
Well, I'm only speaking of it, how it was in the past. It really doesn't matter anymore. Forget it. So, Shiro Enya. Bottom line, you do not want your Saber to be a servant any longer, correct?
Is that what I want? I do think Saber's situation is messed up. Aiming for the Holy Grail is all well and good, but afterwards, the only thing waiting for her is disappearance. Even if someone other than King Arthur is chosen as king, and when King Arthur ceases to exist in our history, the hero King Arthur will continue to be used by who knows how many others. That seems wrong to me. So, if she can stop being a servant and just live a normal life.
That is impossible. The dead cannot come back to life. It does not matter if she was frozen in time. To us, Saber has already died. The power of the Grail is what summoned her here. It is what keeps her here. And this is because she agreed to the conditions of becoming a heroic spirit. If she does not seek the Holy Grail, she will not be summoned as a servant. But as long as she continues to seek it, no matter how long it takes, she will eventually become a complete servant. Even if she fails this time, she will have infinite other chances. Saber is what's frozen in time, so she cannot attempt two Holy Grail wars simultaneously, and she cannot reattempt the trial once failed. If she failed the trial once, she will fail again, no matter how many times she tries. She has already experienced it, and so the result cannot be changed. It's likely only a matter of time before she obtains the Holy Grail. This Holy Grail war is not the only chance she has at doing so. There are trials to obtain the Holy Grail in every era. If she fights in every war, she will eventually obtain the Holy Grail. After all, she is being summoned as a heroic spirit because she's under the belief that she will obtain the Holy Grail. From the moment she came before you as a servant, the option of making her stop being a servant was non-existent.
I knew it. As long as Saber seeks the Holy Grail, there's no way she can avoid becoming a servant. She will stay like this forever unless she decides to use the Holy Grail for herself. Even if this Holy Grail war ends, and there's no need to fight anymore, if she doesn't obtain the Holy Grail, she just has to try again next time. The moment she obtains it, she turns into this so-called heroic spirit and is sent all across time. So, whether she obtains the Holy Grail or not, she'll remain a servant forever?
Well, not necessarily. If the Holy Grail is truly omnipotent, it may be able to save Saber.
Huh? But you just said that was impossible.
Correct. There's no way to stop Saber from becoming a servant. But what you desire is for her to remain in this world, yes? That is not so difficult. A servant can remain here, human, once the Holy Grail war ends. Though once she dies, she will return to where she was, just before she died.
How do I do that?
Heroic spirits and servants are similar, but there are differences. Normally, heroic spirits are not summoned with a will of their own. They are simply summoned as a tool to fulfill specific goals, after which they disappear. But servants are different. They are the original body that was summoned by the Holy Grail. As such, they can live human lives just by remaining in this world.
Can you do something like that? Saber said that the Holy Grail disappeared the moment it was destroyed last time. Without the Holy Grail, I thought servants can't stay.
Of course they cannot. The Holy Grail is what summons servants, and it's the Master's role to maintain them following the summoning. That, however, is also only possible because the Holy Grail is aiding the Master. Typically, a single mage cannot produce enough magical energy to maintain a servant. Without an incredible source of magical energy like the Holy Grail, servants will disappear.
Figured. Then...
Well, if there is a shortfall, one need only compensate for it. That is, all supplying magical energy to servants is.
Thanks, Pokemon.
Their natural tendency is to consume souls. If their existence starts to fade, they simply can replenish themselves with more souls.
Also, you may want to mute yourself. You're coming through with some noise.
Sorry.
You're good.
I had my noise suppression turned off so Discord wouldn't eat me.
Mm-hmm. Is he telling me to attack random people like Shinji did? Hell, I can't let her do that! Anyway, Saber wouldn't want to remain here if that's what she had to do it.
Is that so? Then you would have to use the contents of the Holy Grail. It's quite simple. If you truly want Saber to live as a human, have her drink from the Holy Grail.
He must have anticipated my resistance. The look on his face tells me that this is the conclusion he wanted me to reach the whole time. Are you telling me to grant my wish with the Holy Grail?
No. This has nothing to do with your wish. I'm talking about the contents of the Holy Grail. Did Rin not tell you? Servants are able to start a second life in this world by drinking the water of the Holy Grail. Though this method only establishes their position as a familiar in this age, their physical body remains that of a servant. They would remain in this world only for so long as their master lives.
But that means that's no solution. Even if she were able to stay in this world, it would be pointless if she's still a servant. She wouldn't be able to exist without magical energy from her master. And even if she managed to live in this world for a long time, she'd just go back to that hill after her death. Saber would never agree to such a thing. She doesn't care about a second life. She insists she's going to use the Holy Grail for something else. But then again, does the Holy Grail, the key to all of this, even still exist in this world? I've heard enough. Basically, you're telling me to get the Holy Grail, but does the Holy Grail even exist? If my old man destroyed it, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it what?
If the Holy Grail doesn't exist, then there's no reason to fight. This ridiculous fight to the death is pointless.
There's no reason to fight, you say. Why bring that up now? You never had a reason to fight in the first place.
He says that, and time seems to just stop. There's no reason to fight? He told me that before. I've just become a master and I didn't have much of a reason to fight. So, at the time, what he said didn't sink in. I just ignored him, thinking he was being sarcastic. But what about now? There's a reason for me to fight. If there's a Holy Grail, I want to end this war, and if it's possible, I want to give the Grail to Saber. There is a reason for me to fight, and a perfectly good one at that. But why? Why do those simple words make me shake so much I feel like I'm about to vomit up everything I've held in for so long?
Let's leave that aside for now. This is not the time to open old wounds.
A voice shatters the stillness that had locked up my thoughts. It's the voice of a man I didn't want to hear. But that voice at least settles the wave of nausea I felt creeping up on me.
The Holy Grail is here. The Holy Grail is only a receptacle away. Once it is gone, someone else will prepare another Holy Grail.
Huh? Someone will prepare another one? Is a Holy Grail easy to make?
Indeed, here's one from like 3 Grail Wars ago. He pulls out a paper mache cup.
Speaking only of the vessel, yes. Of course, it requires a certain amount of skill, but without that skill, the Holy Grail War would not be possible in the first place. The Holy Grail is not a cup that received the blood of God. It is based on a magical pot passed down from ancient times. If you are of age, you should know about it. Utopia. The word is Greek and refers to a place that cannot be found or reached. It was said that an omnipotent pot that could grant any wish existed in such a place. And there were mages who tried to reproduce this omnipotent pot, which became the foundation for most mythology. There were three families: Einsburn, Makiri, and Tosaka. They spent many generations researching the ritual to reproduce the omnipotent pot. 200 years ago, they managed to complete it.
I'm squinting at that second family name. They wouldn't just casually drop that for no reason. I'm squinting so hard at that right now.
What's your thought?
I don't have a theory. I'm just like, I know they wouldn't just drop that without bringing it up later. That's foreshadowing so clear as fucking day.
That is foreshadowing for other routes.
I'm sure.
I can tell you later.
That was the first Holy Grail War, the ritual that attempted to open up a path by calling forth the omnipotent pot that has nothing more than an artificial grail.
Einsburn. Is that Ilia's family?
Correct. The Einsburns were able to use Rheingold. Their ability to replicate the Holy Grail was unparalleled. But that alone cannot summon the Holy Grail. It also requires suitable land and a powerful spell. These, the Tosakas and Makiris, provided. At the time, the Church and the Mages Association were in the middle of a war. As such, a land in the Far East, where the Church held no sway, seemed ideal for the ritual. The Einsburns must have anticipated something like this might happen, and invited the Tosaka clan to join forces. The Tosaka clan was the owner of the spiritual land in this area, and their master was a skilled necromancer. Without the Tosakas, summoning the Holy Grail would have likely been impossible for the Einsburns.
By the way, Rheingold is is treasure from Fafnir's fucking horde.
Min?
Of course, the two families betrayed each other. Thinking the situation should be a system of checks and balances, the Tosakas brought in the Makiri family. The Makiris are a family with substantial history. They were exceptionally skilled with handling familiars. The Makiris were the ones who came up with the idea of command spells to bind the servants.
They were they?
And thus the three worked together to summon the Holy Grail. But the moment they succeeded, a fight to the death broke out.
Man, oh man. Sure would be convenient if someone had the ability to make a book with command spells then, huh? I don't like that!
What are you talking
Don't
about?
like
That's
that.
Mato, not Makiri.
Don't like that.
Anyway, sorry.
The first summoning of the Holy Grail ended while the families were busy fighting each other. As time went on, they set down rules and called it a Holy Grail War, and eventually returned to working together. On the surface, anyway. The Tosakas provided the land and the system to model the servants, and the Makiris provided the command spells to bind the servants. And then the Einsburns provided the vessel for the Holy Grail to inhabit.
It is interesting though. I'm sure there's an explanation later. I'm not gonna like fully ask for an explanation now, but observationally, it is interesting then that Ilia has a full body command spell tattoo, basically.
I will also bring up that Gilgamesh immediately looked at her, just said, "Go ahead, do the normal thing. You're the fifth one, after all."
What the fuck? I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Anyway,
That was the nature of their cooperation.
I'm not sure what's so amusing about this, but the priest seems to enjoy telling me about it. But they say the Holy Grail War is a ritual, but I didn't know Ilya and Tosaka's families were the ones who created the whole thing.
The Ainsburns prepare the Holy Grail. As Kiritsugu betrayed them last time, they have put their greatest trump card into play. Which is to say, the Ainsburn girl probably holds the Holy Grail.
Huh? Ilya holds the Holy Grail? That's weird. I don't think I saw anything among her belongings that looked like the Holy Grail.
Are you satisfied? I do not know what you are agonizing over. The Holy Grail is your only solution. Now that you understand that, go home. The battle is not over. For you to walk about without Saber at your side is simply insane.
That's none of your business. I'm aware Lancer's master is still around. Hold on. There's one more thing I still need to ask. Kodomine, servants disappear once the Holy Grail disappears. That's what you said, right?
I did. Do you take issue with that?
Yeah, big time. I don't know who it was, but there was an 8th servant. According to Saber, he's been in this world since the previous war.
What?
I can see that he's shocked. Kotomine's eyes go wide. What's going on, Kotomine? Came here thinking you might know something about this.
There's a servant who didn't disappear, you say. It's not so strange. The previous war ended with Saber destroying the Holy Grail. So there is one servant who remained apart from Saber. Saber disappeared on her own, but if this servant desired to remain in the world, the answer is simple. They must have supplemented magical energy by feeding on souls to stay alive these past 10 years.
That's impossible. That servant was frighteningly powerful. If someone like that hung around for 10 years, someone like you or my old man would have detected them.
I'm well aware. Someone was likely hiding them. Either their master, or...
Or what?
a mage who knew about the Holy Grail War, but did not become a master. I know of one person, but it is not possible. Old man Makiri has long since retired.
Kotomine must be satisfied as he gets up from the sofa. Don't think I fucking forgot who Sakura was talking to at the very start of the fucking game when we brought that up.
Oh yeah,
Don't think I forgot that little tidbit.
good.
This is the end of our conversation. After learning what I just have, I cannot simply dismiss this matter, given my role as overseer. I shall investigate this servant. You should concentrate on your battle against the remaining Lancer.
Kotomine heads to the exit, indicating there's nothing else to discuss. There's definitely nothing more to be gained by staying here. I follow Kotomine out of the dark stone room. From there, he leads me to the entrance in silence.
Honestly, I don't know why I'm telling you to prepare against Lancer. He just gets bodied by everyone.
I leave the church, and behind me...
Saber will die when she obtains the Holy Grail. I do hope you understand what that means, Shiro Emiya.
The priest puts that to me, maybe to make certain I remember. He watches me from the door with a condescending twist to his lips. Saber will die if she obtains the Holy Grail. I don't need anyone to remind me of that. Saber's goal is to obtain the Holy Grail only, but she doesn't want its power for herself. And as long as she obtains the Holy Grail, nothing will bind Saber anymore. She'll be freed from going back to the point right before her death, and she will truly die. Why the sudden change of heart? You're not one to give warnings like that.
Oh, I am just happy to see you supporting Saber. Think of this as a kindness.
This man feeling happy?
Yeah,
The
something's
moment
up.
Saber obtains the Holy Grail, she will disappear. My advice to you is, if you wish to be with her, you should give up the Holy Grail.
That doesn't make sense. I can't keep Saber here without the Holy Grail.
You do not need to rely on the Holy Grail. It is the same for that other servant we spoke of earlier. If you want Saber to stay, then all you need to do is feed her souls. Am I wrong?
Screw you, I won't allow that. I glare at the priest.
I see. That is a shame.
My glare has no effect on him. He just laughs in amusement.
Then you'll just have to place your hopes on what is inside the Holy Grail. Even if your servant does not desire it, you just need to keep one command spell. That way, your wish will be granted.
He's saying... It doesn't matter if Saber doesn't want it. If I'm her master, I just need to force her to drink the Holy Grail using the power of the command spell.
Oh, should I not have said that? Now don't glare at me like that. I was only warning you. You are certainly free to respect Saber's wishes. It's her life. Neither you nor I have any right to interfere. I shall investigate that other servant you mentioned. I should have something by tomorrow. You are more than welcome to return here, should you wish.
The church doors close. I glance up at the towering church before I turn to leave. I cross the
Hey
bridge
guys,
at
I made
night.
dinner. What did I miss?
Kodomine, being an absolute creep as
Cool.
usual. This is the
Man.
path.
If I had a nickel for each time I've been given a character in this game that spouted exposition for an exceptionally long time, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot. But it's rough on my throat that it has happened twice.
Yeah.
I'm going to also point out that you also were given the servant with so few lines, it's not even funny. In the form of Archer,
True.
to the point where you've had entire streams where you said nothing.
Indeed.
But when he does. This is the
But
path.
what I do, I
By
just
the way,
want a
man,
single
I'm
curve.
gonna have to apologize. I'm sorry that I had you voice Shiro.
I mean, I'm...
To be fair, it's somebody that hates Shiro, so it makes sense.
You know
Look,
what?
I'm...
It's fine. You had me voice the cooler Shiro.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I love Archer. I genuinely love Archer. If we weren't in unison on giving him to you, I would have taken him in a heartbeat.
I don't understand. I thought we were talking about Shiro.
Anyway,
But no, yeah. It just makes sense for me to kind of voice Shiro, because I'm
Yeah,
literally
I know.
streaming the game. It's just gonna be easier if I'm the one reading the one person who's gonna be in the
Yeah,
game
no.
the most.
I was meaning Archer Shiro. I made Min voice Shiro.
No, okay, no. When you refer to that, you refer to Emiya. That's the name.
Yeah.
Emiya. Okay, there it goes by. No, it's literally all caps, Emiya.
So it's not like Emiya, it's Emiya!
This is the path I once walked with Saber. I was just looking at the scenery, not thinking about anything at the time. I know. Don't need him to tell me that. Why is everything so complicated? Saber shouldn't obtain the Holy Grail. Because the only thing that can save her is the Holy Grail. I can't do that. Even if I asked her to do it, she would refuse. She would choose to disappear if that were the alternative. She would disappear, and then she'll have to do another Holy Grail war all over again later. Shut up! Kotomine's words are poison. I can't get rid of them. In a rage, I smashed my fist against the nearby rail, desperately hoping to clear my mind. I hear an echoing metallic clang. There's no other sound. Not so much as a car or another person passing by. Damn. I'm getting all worked up. I lean against the rail, grumbling to myself. I know I should just ignore Kotomine. There's some sort of power to his words. I can't ignore them. What do I want to do? And what am I fighting for? In the beginning, it was stopping the Holy Grail War. But when did that become secondary? Did it happen when I started to stubbornly fight on my own? Did it happen when I realized how helpless I am and started to cooperate with Saber? Or did it happen when I made a sword for her after our souls entwined that night in the ruins? No. It's all nonsense. I don't need to think about it. Since the beginning. Oh, nope, stop. Stop.
Whoa.
Stop.
Whoa.
By the way, Shiro's hair in that CG is like ugly.
I don't need to think about it. Since the beginning. My mind's been made up since I met her in the shed. The sight of her illuminated by the moonlight. That would have been fine had I not shared that dream of her past, and so not known any better. It would have been over without me ever noticing. But I did find out. I knew I couldn't leave her alone. I started to hope I could somehow not lose her. I wish to stay this way. I want to keep seeing her smile. The image of the girl watching the sunset alone on that hill, strewn with swords. My chest hurts whenever I think of that scene. She never took any time for herself. That always bothered me. Kiritsugu always said not to make a girl cry. I much prefer her smiling face to her tears. That's why I was so angry when Saber never smiled. But then, when I told her to smile, she always replied that she would rather see me smile. It's like looking at an unreachable star through a telescope. Damn. I look up at the night sky. I stare up at the star I could never reach. The trickle. I don't know how it formed, but I feel a tear slide down my cheek. I love her. I say it to nobody. As dense as I may be, I have to at least admit how I feel. I can't stop this feeling anymore. I realize I've fallen in love with her. So much so that thinking about her can bring me to tears.
Welcome home. You were out late.
I hear Tosaka's voice as I arrive. She's standing at the entrance. Tosaka, why are you...
This is not the place to talk. You look exhausted. Come, follow me.
She grabs my hand and, without waiting for me to reply, drags me down the hall. And she brings me to her room.
Here, tea. Must have been cold out there.
It's incredibly bitter.
She's awkward about it, but she's being considerate. Yeah, Thanks. Honestly, the hot tea is comforting. It took me a good hour to walk home from the neighboring town. I walked slowly, so I was cold to the bone.
So, you went to Kirei's place.
As usual, she doesn't beat around the bush. Get it. Feels like I must have known that was what I was going to do from the very beginning. But she didn't stop me. She just waited for me to come home. And now she's even made tea.
No,
like a
Kirei
new-
just called me and told me that my lost dog made it to his doorstep. I figured out what it was pretty quickly.
I feel like a new man now that my mind is made up. And I appreciate Tosaka's thoughtfulness. Which is probably why I say, yeah, I went. There was something I wanted to ask him about. I don't hide anything. I'm honest with her.
I see. Then I won't ask for details. You're okay with that too, right?
Yeah, wasn't a fruitful conversation anyway. I just wanted to check with him about the current situation.
I see. But I'm honestly surprised that Saber isn't a full servant. The strongest of all servants being the most incomplete is a bad joke.
Yeah, Saber didn't have to end up as a servant. He nods in agreement.
This is funny. You and Archer might have gotten along under different circumstances. He said the same thing you did earlier.
Huh? Archer? You mean your Archer?
Yep. Archer once said that he regretted his own actions, so he didn't want Saber to make the same mistake.
Huh? Why would he be worried about Saber? I thought he hated Saber.
Yeah, but maybe he had some kind of connection with her. The first time he fought Saber, he was obviously going easy on her. I thought it was weird from the very beginning.
Oh, really? But Saber said she didn't recognize Archer.
Really? But Saber was a king, right? She might not have known every single citizen in her country. She could have forgotten about them, too.
You know, if you go that route, the possibilities are endless. If you can't remember someone's face, it's as good to you as not knowing them.
That's not necessarily true. According to legend, there were many knights that were unfortunately driven out of Camelot. He might have been one of them. If so, he might have been trying to hide his identity not from me, but from Saber.
Tosaka's unusually chatty tonight. It's probably her way of trying to be considerate. Maybe
This
not
game's way
particularly
of trying to kill
effective,
me.
but Tosaka is a good person. She's usually pretty relentless, but she still lends a helping hand. She's got kind of a big sister thing going on. We drink tea for a few more minutes. Tosaka turns and looks straight at me. Guess she's run out of patience.
So, what do you want to do, Shiro?
I'm gonna take her on a date tomorrow. I can't think of anything else. It's a spur of the moment moment idea I came up with on my walk back home. But then I don't know where the somber mood from earlier went because Tosaka makes the most bizarre face. She bursts out into uncontrollable laughter.
Hold on, wait. I wasn't ready to hear this. That's unbelievable. It's so selfish of you, Shiro.
Damn, I'm so dumb. I should have seen this coming. Shut up! What's wrong with me being selfish? No, this is not the time for it, but I'm not gonna let you get in our way.
Oh, no. Shiro, this is just so funny.
Tosaka slaps my back hard. She holds her stomach with her other hand, laughing so hard now she's nearly in tears. I think this is the worst she's ever treated me.
I haven't laughed this hard in a long time.
Well, I'm happy for you. None of that was funny to me.
Well, good luck with your date. I'm rooting for you two.
Tosaka says that kindly, doing a complete about face from a second ago. Yeah, I'll try my best. Honestly, that came out of left field. When she says it like that, all I can do is nod. I go back to my room. Saber is still asleep, and the house is peaceful, as if there's nothing happening. It rained today, but what about tomorrow? I look up the clouds slowly passing overhead. Unlike me as it is, I pray for a sunny day tomorrow.
So, the first half of day 14 is gonna drag.
Yeah.
There's 5 events before night, and then the second half is just encountering other archer.
Also, did I see that correctly? Date hurry go round? The fuck?
Yes. Yes.
Funny.
Date hurry go round.
Then, the next thing I know, it's morning. Pathetic. I couldn't sleep a wink. I sigh and turn off the ringing alarm clock. Today, no matter what she says, Saber and I are going on a date. My first priority will be to take her to plenty of places so she'll have a chance to enjoy herself. I've been trying to search my mind for the perfect spot for a date, but before I could come up with anything, my alarm went off. I had to turn the alarm clock on just in case. As hard as I tried, I still couldn't think of anything last night, so I borrowed an alarm clock from Tosaka, figuring I might have to pull an all-nighter. Not that that's done any good. Come to think of it, I've never been on a date. I sigh again. That's sort of a problem. I'm nervous enough, plus I didn't sleep. But I think the worst part is how shocked I am that after staying up all night to think about it, I couldn't come up with a single thing a girl might like. Shiro! Oh, Shiro.
Just take her to a spirit Halloween, Shiro.
Fine. I'm gonna leave it all to chance. I'm just gonna take her all over the place, and she'll learn what it's like to have a good time. I'll just take her to cute shops. Well, I feel like there's a fundamental flaw in that plan, but I've already made up my mind. There's nothing else I can think of, but what this all boils down to is just that today is gonna be a day packed with fun, and it'll go on until Saber says that she's had enough. Takes one step outside the door. I've had enough.
I was about to make the joke myself, and then you beat me to it.
Pokemon.
So Illy'sville is not yet awoken?
No, she's still asleep. Doesn't look like she's going to wake up anytime soon, so you two got lucky there. If Ilya were awake, she would have followed Shiro around and gotten in your way.
Get straight!
Yes, we
I
cannot
need at
have
least
her
one line
accompany
today.
Shiro like she's been doing. May have taken an unexpected turn last night, but today we shall go in search of the remaining masters. Shiro does not have time to be taking care of Illy'sville. Sorry, Freudian slip.
Well, I wasn't talking about it getting in the way like that, but oh well. It's not my place to tell you exactly what you're doing. This is you and Shiro's problem.
Tosaka laughs mischievously.
Huh? A problem between Shiro and I?
We finish breakfast, and it seems like a good time to leave. Saber is ready to look for masters, but I'm determined to execute my plan as well. I just need to be a man and tell her. About that, Saber. We're gonna go to the neighboring town today. If you have to get ready, I want you to do it now.
Going to search for...
Yeah, Tosaka in the background is very funny.
I just looked up. we're going to search for masters, I would suggest we go to the suburbs instead of the neighboring town.
That's not what we're doing. The two of us are going to go out and have fun today, so there's no point in us going to the suburbs.
Fun? Can you explain this fun?
Saber freezes. I try to ignore the sound of Tosaka trying, and largely failing, to control her laughter behind me. I'll get her for that later. Thank you for voicing that, Pokemon.
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is
F
for
is for fire
uranium.
that burns down the whole town.
U is for uranium!
Uranium.
Bombs!
Bomb.
N is
Is
for no survivors.
survivors at the Grail War.
Yeah.
Shiro, I don't understand. It is not you and Rain going to have fun, but
If I'm going, you're the only one who could come with me, Saber. Tosaka's gonna stay back and watch Ilya, so she has nothing to do with this.
this is ridiculous. You and I going to the next town to investigate will yield nothing. There's no point to this. What are you trying to accomplish here?
Saber's pretty clearly
By
frustrated.
the way, Midi, if you want Saber for a bit, I gotta step away for a sec.
Thank you. Stuff to do.
I kind of figured something like this would happen, but things are looking even bleaker than I thought, since she clearly thinks we're going out to town to search for masters. This is rough. I'm being really clear, but you still don't get it, Saber. I'm trying to ask you on a date. I ignore Tosaka's stare as I speak to Saber. I'm not sure how much Saber understands.
I do not understand what you mean. Can you clarify, Shiro?
She looks at me even more irritated. And suddenly it's like a switch flips in my head. There's no sense beating around the bush here. It'd be best if I were just blunt with her.
Shiro, if you tell me to go to town, then I will obey. However, I would appreciate it if you explain what the purpose of this date is. No matter how familiar I am with this age, there are terms I still do not know. Please do not use technical terms without explaining them.
The little
You're looking at what I'm looking at.
yeah, that stopped in a very funny spot as well.
Yes.
Not really a technical term. I can teach you if you don't know, but a date is when someone goes out and has fun with a girl. That's nope.
No.
Wow. Wow.
Can we kill this guy?
not
Wait, is
Not
that when I
quite.
went on carriage rides with Guinevere?
I mean, yes, but Saber goes completely still. Shiro, you were the worst at this. Oh my god.
It's great.
It is.
Go ahead, Midi. You can have Saber for a while if you want her.
Thank you. A girl? Do you mean me?
I mean, unless you're just suddenly a man now.
She's dazed now, muttering. When I nod yes, Saber looks even more confused.
I understand the meaning of the word now, but I still do not understand your intentions. For what reason would you do such a thing?
This is why you need to explain the whole definition of the word, Shiro.
That's
Tosaka.
exactly Tosaka.
Tosaka's just fucking. Oh my god.
I
Yeah.
know I said I'm rooting for you two, but you two are making this extremely painful.
You two are so dense. You will collapse in on each other and form a neutron star, I swear to God.
Dang, that was pretty far out.
Wasn't expecting this question. I mean, I know what the point of the date is, but now that I'm on the spot and Saber wants me to explain it to her face, well,
She's confused because you're using an unusual term. Drop date and just use a term that's easier to understand. Listen, Saber. A day basically means a tryst.
That's also not quite accurate.
Shiro may be talking about going out and having fun, but what he's really getting at here is the whole boy trying to attract the attention of a girl he likes thing.
Thank you. I cough loud.
Are you?
Tosaka may be right, but I am pretty confident that a date and a tryst are two very different things. Yeah. But I don't think it's worth mentioning. From a reaction, it looks like Saber finally understands what a date is. Exactly, Saber. We're gonna head to town. We're not going to fight. We can't fight during the date anyway because there are people around. So there should be no problem with us spending the day however we want.
That may be true, but this seems pointless. I can see nothing that you will gain from doing such a thing.
I don't know. Could open the gates to Camelot.
Shut up, man. That's not
Totally
entirely...
audible.
That's not entirely true, and I wouldn't mind if it were. I've decided to spend the day with you, Saber, so don't worry about me. We're gonna go out to town, and that's that. Nothing you say will change my mind, Saber. I look her straight in the eye. Saber ponders for a while, looking serious.
Then, even if I refuse, will you be heading out to town on your own?
Yep, I'm definitely going. Or everything I spent all night thinking about will have been a waste.
It was already a waste.
Then I cannot allow you to go unaccompanied. I am your servant, and so I cannot leave my master to go alone.
After taking a deep breath, Saber answers in her usual manner. Okay, that could have gone better, but at least I managed to convince her to come out. I shouldn't sweat the small stuff at this point.
Have fun. Bring back something nice.
As we step outside, I make a rude gesture at Tosaka, since she made fun of me until the very end.
So, what specifically are we going to do, Shiro?
Well, let's just head to the neighboring town. We'll catch the bus at the intersection. The hilly path is unusually quiet. It's a little past 9 in the morning on a weekday, and the town is starting to come alive, but it must be a little early to be heading somewhere. There's no one on the road, and it's like we have the road to ourselves. Now that I think about it, I don't feel guilty about skipping school anymore. I've been cooped up in the house these past few days.
Of course, you are a master, so you should not be walking around so casually.
Saber's tone is sharp. Saber following behind me is nothing new, but it feels different today. I feel this immense pressure directed at me, and that's putting it mildly. I can tell Saber is going to be tough to handle. We get on the bus. It would have been stuffed with people about an hour ago, but there's only a handful using it now. The only people on the bus are old women with children, so it feels like we have the place to ourselves. Saber, let's sit at the very back. And call out to Saber, who, for some reason, tries to sit at the front of the bus, and lead her to the wider seat at the back.
What do you think you are, Rosa Parks?
Oh my god. Saber quietly looks out over the passing scenery.
Thank you, I'll be here all day.
I steal a glance at her and realize how crazy I am for what I'm trying to do today. Taking the bus to a nearby town is an ordinary thing for me, but here, in this ordinary place, something extraordinary is happening. Or, well, I'm finding myself questioning whether I'm actually doing this whole date thing and my mind starts spinning and whirring like some complex cube puzzle. Ugh. I'm getting really nervous. It's kind of getting out of control. I take a deep breath to calm myself down so Saber won't notice. But then, I know this is stupid. Take another look at Saber. My heart skips a beat. I hardly recognize Saber as she sits next to me. Well, maybe it's less that I don't recognize her than it is that the situation itself is unrecognizable. It makes me realize that she's something else. She's different. I didn't realize it when we were at home. This ordinary, everyday life to me just seems like it's become something entirely new and different just because Saber is here. Her golden blonde hair, her green eyes, was alone or enough to make her overwhelmingly beautiful. I hadn't really crossed my mind since I never had much to compare her to. I remember the first time I met Saber. I must have been avoiding her because I was too embarrassed to admit that I was admiring Saber. No matter what Saber says, to me, she's a girl before she's a swordsman. I didn't know how to react to her. I didn't understand my feelings for her. I have to admit, I know I sound stupid. I've developed trust and affection for Saber, past the point of no return. Now I've decided to go on a date with her. The order of events is all backward. Now, as I get off the bus, I finally realize what a big deal it is to go on a date with the girl I like. But it's okay. I can only give it my all, so I can't very well take it all back and cower in fear now. I calm myself and try to shake off my ridiculous apprehension. The bus crosses the bridge and drives toward the development area with its masses of tall buildings. I breathe out, almost whistling, and ready myself. The familiar bus announcement tells us that we've arrived at Shinto Station.
Here, are you quite done monologuing?
It's only 9 in the morning, but the area around the station is already busy.
I take that as a no.
Most of the shops don't open until around 10 o'clock, but cafes and smaller bookshops are starting to open up.
Shiro, I can hear you talking to yourself.
There are already more people here than you'd expect in Miyama, even if it were a weekend. We get off the bus and Saber looks around the area displeased. I don't blame her. She hasn't really agreed to the whole date thing, and everyone is staring at her now. I doubt she loves that. I should have figured this might happen if I brought Saber here in the morning. But this discomfort is bound to follow us around all day. The only cure for this I can think of is Saber enjoying herself so much she forgets the awkwardness. Alright. I smack my fist into my hand and look over to Saber. Saber, before we start, is there anywhere you'd like to go? We came all the way out here, so we can do whatever you want today.
Can we go home?
I was gonna say the same thing. No, there is nothing. This place holds no particular interest to me, and I have little knowledge about it with which to make any other decisions.
Are you sure? Well, this is gonna be tough. Then I really do just have to wing it. And if you don't want to go anywhere, and I don't know where to go, things are looking kinda grim.
I hope you're not saying you have made no plans for today, Shiro.
Well, I have some plans, but they're a little light on details. For the time being, let's just hit up as many shops as we can. That's kinda hard, too. I know some stores I'd enjoy, but... I know some stores I'd enjoy, but I have no idea what girls like. Honestly, if I'd known this would happen to me someday, I'd have been smart to go out with a girl from class at least once.
I do not intend to object, but there's something wrong with you, Shiro. I would not have thought much had you suggested to take a break. But that you have no plan for this interlude is completely ridiculous.
Crap, now Saber's in lecturing mode. This is the first time she's ever given me such an earful outside the dojo. She wasn't into this from the start, and I figured all the people staring at her wouldn't help, but I didn't realize it'd be this bad.
I have been waiting for the opportunity to bring up your lack of planning. You may be keenly aware of the people around you, but you care little for yourself. Consequently, you end up paying the price for your lack of self-regard.
Speaking from experience, Saber.
Hey, are
Hey,
you...
are you listening, Shiro?
Are you... I am. Bottom line is that you don't understand why you're here, right, Saber? I know the places I'm going to take you will bore you, so I don't blame you for not liking it.
It is not that, but I am only saying that now is not the time for this kind of thing.
I know that, but I'm also ignoring that, since I've already decided to spend all day with you on a date, Saber. I'm not gonna change my mind no matter what you say. That's that. I look straight at Saber. The only thing Saber can do is look back at me in shock. But if you have something to say, I'll at least hear you out. I'm sure you have things to say, and I'd appreciate it if you told me now. That way we won't have to worry about holding back later on. If you say you don't want to go on a date with me, I'll think of something else we can do.
No. You do not need to go through all that trouble.
I'm back. Is Shiro continuing to be insufferable?
Always.
Yes.
When did he ever stop?
Never.
It's odd seeing Saber at a loss for words. Well, if you have nothing to say, then let's go. You don't get mad about where we go since you don't have any requests. Maybe we should go to an aquarium. I hear those are popular. That sounds good, so I grabbed Saber's arm.
Shiro, I am not complaining, but I do not think it is necessary to hold hands.
Huh? Oh, we're wasting time here, so we're gonna run a bit. And I'll guide you where we're going, so follow me and don't let go.
But not like this!
I start running without waiting for Saber's reply. I've been pretty clear with Saber, so no more being pathetic in front of her. For now, I just need to escort her to every place I can think of.
I promise you I'm not doing anything like this for my campaign.
Thank you.
Saber's
Thank
hand in
you.
mine, I run through the crowd. Apparently, Saber's giving up resisting, and she just follows obediently. It's a little before 10 o'clock. We have 2 hours until lunchtime, so I'm gonna make the most of that and really knock Saber's socks off. With my lack of planning. Those 2 hours were like a storm. First, we tried a boutique I'd normally never go to. Then we tried our hand at bowling for a while, and I taught her the rules.
We broke the wall.
I couldn't find the aquarium, but we fed birds. But we fed birds at the park. We visited an interesting boutique antique shop that ended up being a lot of fun, and I maintain that not going to the movie theater was the right choice. Anyway, I spent the whole time taking her to places I figured a girl might like, and it was 2 hours of failure and defeat. However I tried to spin it, the date wasn't really shaping up to be a date. It felt more like a battle to the death in which the first person to give up loses. Wherever I took Saber, she acted exactly as she always has done. Once in a while, she would fall quiet that I would start to worry if she was truly angry.
Again, this game doesn't have as bad grammar as us.
No, I just can't talk half the time, it's fine. Her lack of reaction made it clear that she was not having fun, which pushed me to try even harder each time. And so, I ran all around the city, desperate to make Saber smile, but noon came before I actually accomplished anything. And, with Saber's reminder that it's lunchtime, I decided to take a short break. However... What is this place? I can't help but blurt it out as we sit down.
I suggest going to the coffee shop near the river for lunch.
Fucking Rin, oh my god. That was the only advice Tosaka gave me last night. So I did as she oh my god! Ah! It's been a long look. I've been talking almost nonstop for this fucking session. Jesus,
For this game, what are you talking about?
especially today. So I did as she suggested and picked this restaurant, but I never imagined it would be so pretentious.
Ah, you're trapped now, Emiya the Master. Trapped by the confines of societal dining. You can't make a scene now.
I want you to know that, like, fucking Lancer is it works in a fucking coffee shop in Hollow Ataraxia.
Funny. I take a look at the menu. Luckily, the menu has Japanese translations next to all its foreign text, so I can at least figure out what all the dishes are. The problem is that I've never even heard of any of these dishes, and the prices are outrageous. Where are we? On Mars or something? I have no idea what to order. I stare at the menu and growl.
It is Moonspeak.
Boo.
Could you take over for a bit?
Yes, ma'am. Shiro, I thought we came here to eat lunch.
Saber looks and sounds a little concerned. Yeah, but this is really not what I expected. I look up, and what I see is Saber, looking like a cornered rabbit. Saber?
If you are uneasy, we can head back to the mansion. I actually I actually prefer the food you prepare, Shiro.
Huh? Does that mean you want to go home?
It's not that I want to go back, but I've been nervous all day and I'm more tired than usual.
Really? Oh, thought about going back out after we had lunch and a bit of a break, but if you're tired, maybe we should take a longer break here.
That's not what I meant. Tired is not quite the right word. It's more like, well...
Saber stops. Fortunately, I'm the only one who hears the faint squeak from her stomach. Oh. She could have just told me she was hungry.
I'm sorry, what I'm trying to say is I would appreciate if we could eat lunch as soon as possible.
Got it. Yeah, it might not be interesting, but let's order whatever looks okay here so that we can get our food quick. It should be easy if a light snack is all we need. I order 2 things that seem like lunch dishes, and we quickly eat.
I sent a picture of Kuka-Lane in a waiter's uniform.
While I'm drinking my after-meal coffee, I start thinking about what to do in the afternoon. What I learned this morning is that physical stuff like bowling is no good. Saber is extremely competitive. Betting in itself is good, but Saber's looks already draw enough attention, and when she gets like that, well, she stands out even more. After we finished the game, Saber got sulky because of all the attention she drew.
Remember the batting cages that I showed you in the other
Yeah. So, we're gonna avoid physical activities. Hey, Saber, I'm gonna ask you again, is there anywhere you want to go?
Me? No, nowhere in particular. I do not know my way around, so I will keep following you. Reminder that the last time I was in this town, I was fighting to the death.
And my master said 3 lines of text to me the entire time I was here.
You know, I just thought about something. It said they fed birds in the park. What type of swallows were they?
European.
Asian.
Well, it can't be African because they're non-migratory.
But either way, I don't know.
She ordered black tea to have after her meal, and it seems she enjoys its flavor. I hardly serve black tea at home, and even if I did, it'd just be cheap tea bags. Saber must not have been satisfied with the drinks I've been serving at home, since it looks like she prefers black tea. Well, I should be more mindful about that starting tonight. Saber isn't doing much. She's just drinking her tea. She doesn't seem particularly happy, but she doesn't exactly look bored either. I guess she's just being Saber. As sunlight pours in through the window, Saber sits up straight, gracefully sipping from her teacup. It's the first time I've seen her do this, but it seems so natural. It's like I've seen it a million times before. I don't know why I'm thinking that. Saber, at least as I know her, is always serious, only focused on wielding her sword, on fighting. Oh, I get it. It's only natural. I think of her as the girl who takes up her sword. The moment she sets her sword aside, Saber's always calm and gentle. This scene doesn't feel new or unnatural to me, because it's just her being who she is. No matter how skilled a swordsman she is, this is Saber just being normal. Or, wielding her sword isn't what makes her exceptional. I once thought, while I was dreaming, that she was suited for fighting. I don't think I'm wrong there. No matter how great her sword skills are, no matter how many battlefields she's been on, as long as she was really herself, she couldn't have found the battlefield a comfortable place to be. That's why this is how it's supposed to be. Saber's not wielding a sword. She's just resting and unwinding. She belongs in this serene setting. Nothing changes in the afternoon. I take her to every shop I can think of, and Saber follows quietly. At least it's not as awkward as earlier in the morning. Either I'm getting used to the situation, or Saber's given up. She's still quiet, but the more I watch her, the more I notice she looks either angry or not angry, which is really confusing. Whenever I see Saber coming out of a store, looking excited, I feel this sense of accomplishment. It really makes me feel happy. Then, after careful consideration of what Saber might like... Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm not certain, but I determine this is the shop most likely to please Saber. Saber stands in front of the store, mouth agape. I'm not sure if her shoulders are trembling because she's angry or excited. I just can't tell.
Hero? Oh,
I hear this is the biggest stuffed animal shop in town. I've never been here, since men aren't allowed. What the fuck are you talking about, Shiro?
What the actual fuck?
Obviously, it's not...
Are you gonna explain it? Are you gonna explain, Shiro?
Obviously, it's not that men aren't allowed in the store.
It's just him.
It's just that
It's just
most
him.
of the customer base are girls, so there's this unspoken rule about
I am
men
going to
not
kill
going
this guy.
inside.
I'm going to kill this
Man.
guy.
Murders him, murders him, murders him.
I knew I didn't like you, Shiro, but I didn't realize you were such a coward.
How many plushes do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I've got... Nope, 7. And I've got 2 more on the way from
I'm
makeshift.
gonna beat Saber to the punch.
Oh,
I'm
that actually
grabbing my
reminds me.
giant
I think I actually have one coming from makeshift later this month yet.
By the way,
Ooh.
speaking of things coming in, Curb, I am 100% sure that the sticker got lost in the mail.
I'll probably check and see if it came through in return mail. I'll sort through stuff and see if I can
Gotcha.
resend it
Sorry.
if it came back here.
Because,
No, it probably just got sent because I fucked it up. It's possible. I'll look into that.
because Fish Trouts was doing a campaign earlier.
Oh, for
and I
the
decided I wanted it on that.
yeah.
By the way, I know Curb already put his thing in for another plush. Hi, Seafrin. I have an Eevee on my lap.
I technically have 2 Eevee plushes because I have the like a super old backpack one that has a zipper in the back, and then I have the new penny backpack.
I don't even have a backpack. I just have a big old Eevee sitting on my lap like a cat sleeping. It's the big.
I am
sleepy
looking at my
Eevee.
Eevee plush, my gigantic Eevee plush in the background right now.
I also have a Flareon plushie in the background. Oh, sorry.
I mean,
I missed 5 that are directly above me. Well, I guess they're more Beanie Babies.
I have
they're tiny
extremely
plushies.
big amount. I have an extremely big amount of plushies.
I have the Gen 5 starters and then a Plusle and Minun above me as well.
I have a ton of plushies, and I think at least 75% of them are MLP related.
I do
80% of mine are Pokemon.
I do have Applejack in the background.
I have Coco somewhere.
I was saving a snack for later, but I think my apple got jacked.
Oh my
Say what you will about Jello. God, that episode. Oh, that string of jokes was great. Thank you for showing me that early.
Mm-hmm. Besides, there are only girls in the store right now. Saber, with her beautiful blonde hair, is drawing attention, while I'm drawing glares for being a guy. I'm gonna throttle you, man.
Welcome to 2000, apparently.
They must all be trying to keep me out of their sanctuary. And I can't agree more. Even I don't think guys should be in a store like this.
Girl cult.
Nasu really wants Shiro to be unlikable. I want you to know.
Well, we've come
think
all the
he's
way
cheating.
here. So don't hold back. Like, you know, this is meant to be a, like, actual, like, quote-unquote dating visual novel at the end of the day. So making it so that any guy who plays this immediately feels incredible compared to Shiro, incredible call.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite animal, Saber?
I mean, we've already established that, right? Yeah, there we go.
Well, I suppose I find lions and leopards to be quite lovely. Do you find that strange?
I find myself turning away and fighting not to laugh. Why is that laugh-worthy? I'm not sure why saber-licking lions is strange. We've already established this!
By the way, here's an art of Saber in her what is referred to as Lion King garb. That helmet looks like a fucking Power Ranger.
We already know why. We've already seen her with the fucking lion cub.
It was an alternate path.
Wasn't it a memory?
It was an optional path.
I know, but still.
It was a memory, but it was like we only saw it in that optional path. They keep it here so that if people took the other paths and never saw that memory, it's explained here.
That sounds like lazy writing to me. You can't have that and then pretend like Shiro doesn't know.
Shiro, your reaction does not seem right. It fills me with an inexplicable sense of rage. Or is that my imagination?
No, sorry. I couldn't help but laugh. A lion is just so perfect for you.
I swear this front-on face of hers looks like it's straight out of like Mega Man Legends or something.
But it's not right to laugh at someone's preferences, Shiro. And there is nothing wrong with lions.
100%. I'm sorry. To make it up to you, I'll take you somewhere good, so don't get mad. I try to fight down my laughter and walk into the store. Let's see. Looks like animal stuffed toys are over there.
You mean everywhere?
And it takes about an hour to get from one end of the store to the other. I watch in silence as Saber stares at the stuffed animals while I worry about the dozen or so sets of prying eyes staring at me from around the store. Never been so exhausted in my life as I am today. The terrifying thing is that we've only made it through half the store. Saber frequently is paralyzed. That is, she often stops and stares at a stuffed animal. Even after all this time, we're only halfway through the store. Saber seems very interested in the other half of the store, so I guess I'll just hang around while she does what she wants there.
Shiro, why are you sighing? Are you tired from walking around so much?
Yeah, I'm just a little tired. I usually don't get tired so easily, but today's special. I guess I should be careful about doing things I'm not used to doing. I heave a sigh. I don't mind people staring at us when we're just walking around, but I'm uncomfortable with it when we're in this girly shop. When you're mentally drained, the first part of your body that feels it is your legs. What about you, Saber? This must be your first time in a store like this. Let me know if you get tired.
Yes, I'm a little uncomfortable, but you look far more so. Not only here, you did not seem comfortable in the previous shop, or the one before that. I hope you're not selecting places you do not wish to go.
Suddenly, those words dispel all the worries and mental exhaustion I felt earlier. Yeah. Honestly, I might have chosen a bunch of places I wouldn't normally go.
I knew it. That is ridiculous, Shiro. You are aware of your own dislikes, so why would you purposefully go there? You will...
It's the sort of places girls like, right?
I'm going to throttle this guy!
I was the one who made you come out with me, and it's your day.
Eh?
Besides, it's not so bad, since you're with me. The beautiful girl, so I don't look completely out of place. All the stares directed at me aside.
It's absurd. I may not be armed, but I'm still a servant. Even if I'm not fighting, you not treat me like a woman. You must treat me as a servant, like always.
You're the one being absurd. You are a girl. I'm not trying to treat you differently today. Unless you feel like I am.
Right, at this rate, I'm gonna go on a fucking warpath against this guy.
She's bewildered.
Archer,
honestly,
carpet
I'd
bomb
join you on
the
that video.
store. Archer, please carpet bomb the city.
Saber's mouth
I don't care
hangs-
which Arthur.
Wait, I'm a helldiver. I can do that for you.
I don't care which Archer heard me when I said that.
Yeah, and suddenly, next Grail War, a Helldiver gets summoned.
Oh my god.
God,
What is
God
what
damn
is a helldiver but just an archer class servant?
you hear that, Curb?
So true.
You hear that, Curb? You're a Helldiver.
Incredible. Saber's mouth hangs open as if she's only just now realizing this.
You are the same. You are acting the same as you always do.
See? No need to worry about me. So let's keep going. We're gonna buy your favorite thing in here. We still have to see the other half of the store. I take Saber's hand. She offers no objection as I tug her along.
Oh, that is right. It's always been like this. I don't know why I'm realizing it only now.
She murmurs to herself, sounding dazed. The uncomfortable day passes in a flurry. Saber never laughs, not once during the whole day. So, neither do I. No part of the day was particularly memorable, but neither was there any painful, boring aspect. Basically, nothing significant happened. The way it went, maybe Saber would have been happy if we'd stayed in the dojo and trained together. But today wasn't all that bad either. Even if it didn't end up being all that exciting, I should be proud that I at least managed to take Saber around. After the war was over, and once everything goes back to normal, I don't want to look back on all this and realize all the time I spent with Saber was in combat. Even if this entire date was stupid, she needs to spend some time doing something other than fighting, or there's no point in her being here. So, yeah, I should be proud of myself. The end is near. When everything is done, and when there's no need to fight anymore, if Saber can look back on this moment, that's enough for me. We walk back home. Just as we're trying to get on the bus... Saber.
I would prefer to walk home.
Saber finally voices a preference. The winds are picking up. The brilliant sun sets paints on the... this brilliant sunset paints the bridge red. I'm not crazy, right? That's supposed to be one word.
Supposed to be.
Oh. Saber notices something, stops, and looks over the bridge into the river. She's looking at a mountain of rubble. I say it's a mountain, but the pile isn't really that high. Steel frames and other things are piled up just a little below the water level. It's only slightly disturbing the flow of the river. I don't know what happened, but some boat probably sank, then pieces of it drifted here. I hear some of the neighboring residents have been complaining, trying to get rid of the pile since it's so unsightly. What is it, Saber? Did that catch your attention?
Nothing. I only noticed it's still there. You see, I caused that. During the previous war, I was forced to do battle over the water and had to use my noble phantasm. The only damages were the river drying up, but unfortunately it also struck a ship that was anchored there.
Huh? Struck with Excalibur?
Yes, fortunately nobody on board and the damage was minimal. The river has gone back to normal, so I believe there is nothing to be upset over.
By the way, yeah, she has clothes blessed by the Lady of the Lake. She can walk on water like Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's fun. That's actually cool.
Well, I feel bad about it and regret it.
I should be more careful. When we use Excalibur, I need to be mindful to use it somewhere. There's a lot of open space. Like out here.
Shiro, are you still mad?
Huh? No, I'm not mad. I was just surprised. Plus, it's a reminder that there are still remnants from the previous war. Compared to the wasteland at Central Park, the mound of rubble in this river is nothing. Though I guess the ship's owner might not have come out of it so great.
I just want to point out, I love the idea of just a guy walking up to his boat on the dock and just seeing it evaporated by, like, the opening to the world of light in Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Funny. We already did this bit! We already did this bit!
Please do not worry about it too much. Kiritsugu said the boat's owner had insurance and they originally parked the ship with the intention of using it as a cushion to dampen the river's flow. The ship acted as a wall that mitigating the damage from my noble phantasm.
I'm assuming he didn't say this to you. You just overheard him saying this to someone else.
Indeed.
Does that mean you destroyed the ship knowing it was there for that purpose?
I was not aware. Kiritsugu had prepared without my knowing. He must have been able to predict how the battle would turn out. I did not know because he did not say a word before or after.
He beat the crap out of every single one of them.
It was his wife that told me this shit.
And then Saber looks down at the river, probably thinking back to that earlier Holy Grail war. The surface of the water glitters with reflected sunlight. The wind coming from the river flutters Saber's hair. She's so beautiful. Saber, did you have fun today? I'm suddenly scared Saber is going to disappear, so I ask a question that's probably better not to voice.
Come again? Did you say something, Shiro?
I did. I asked if you had fun today. I hold my breath. Saber looks a little confused.
Yes, I would be lying if I said none of it was new to me.
She says it fondly, like she knows she'll never have another day like this. Which is exactly why I already knew her answer. The only thing left for me to do is nod in agreement, then walk her home. At least things can still go back to normal if I leave it at that. I see. I look at Saber and nod. Then let's come again. We'll have other chances to do something like this. It's maybe a dangerous thing to say. Saber's expression hardens. I think she realizes that I think she realizes what I'm trying to say. She looks directly at me and silently shakes her head. There will not be a second time. This happened today, and that's where it'll stay. Why not? I know exactly what Saber's going to say. Oh, I won't be satisfied with her answer, but I ask anyway.
I need not explain. Servants exist only to fight. What we did today is only me denying what I am. I obeyed because you determined we need rest. But from here on, there's no need for me to rest. There are only a few enemies left. Should you order me, I can leave and search for Lancer now.
She focuses on me, eyes blazing with her fighting spirit. Saber is saying that she can head into battle anytime if she's ordered to. And that really sets off my anger. What the hell? You that eager for a fight?
Of course, the more I fight, the closer I get to the Holy Grail. Battle is our priority. Thought you understood that.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't make any sense. I've been wanting to tell you, you're contradicting yourself. You keep saying fighting is important, but you've never once thought you wanted to fight. You've got no other choice, so you're just fighting because you're forced to.
What? That is not true. I do not hesitate to fight. I've told you I'm willing to... I will do anything to win.
Yeah, she did say that. But that doesn't mean she likes fighting. As long as you can manage, right? Listen, Saber, if all you needed to do was defeat the other masters to get the Holy Grail, you would have done that already by attacking innocents like Ryder. But you won't do that.
That is because...
It's not that you don't want to involve innocent people. You know very well that people die in battle.
people die when they are killed.
That's right. That's why you wanted to minimize the fighting. Once you start fighting, people die. Which is why you wanted to end it as quickly as possible. In other words, you're just scared of there being casualties in these battles. Saber's eyes grow wide, like she's seen a ghost, but quickly narrow. She grits her teeth.
You're wrong. I'm not afraid of fighting.
Yeah, you're right. You probably haven't been afraid from the start, but that's only because you squashed all your own feelings, like fear, beneath your duty and dignity as king.
Ridiculous.
And yet you don't want to fight. You were just good at it, but it's not a talent you actually wanted. Look, I'm going to be blunt. You're not fit to fight. You never wanted to take up the sword in the first place. You're just saying it's what you want as a way to talk yourself into actually doing it. On top of that, why didn't anyone surround her? Even herself figure it out and just say something.
Shiro, I will brook no further insults, even from you.
You can't stand it because it's the truth. If you admitted it, you'd never be able to fight again. Hear a grinding sound. Saber's glaring at me, trying to hold back her anger. I can't back down now. No, I'm right. I can't back down. So you should stop. You wanted to stop. You know you're not fit to hold a sword, to fight. So just quit. Stop being a servant and do something that suits you better. It's not too late for her to try and find whatever real human happiness she's always wanted. And for that, I would...
Kill him, please. Please.
Do not be ridiculous.
Please, can I kill him?
My only
I
option
beg.
is to fight. I am here only to obtain the Grail. I offered my entire self to protect the vow I made as king. I can do nothing else.
She's just an object seeking to obtain the Holy Grail. That's what ticked me off the most. Why does she talk like she's only trying to convince herself? Everyone around her took her at her word because she kept insisting on stuff like this. You idiot! It's not true! There are plenty of other ways to live your life. You're here in this age now. It's not like back when you were alive. You should try to live your life for yourself. Don't make the mistake of using the Holy Grail. What I say next is what I hope for most. Forget about the Holy Grail. Don't use it for anyone else. If you're here, you need to live here happily. My ears pick up the sound of wind. Saber doesn't answer. She doesn't nod. She only looks straight in my eyes.
I cannot agree. I formed a contract to obey you. I did not give you my heart, master.
Saber speaks slowly and clearly.
I will not break my vow as a king. I have a responsibility to fulfill my duty. King Arthur's goal is to obtain the Holy Grail. Even if that were finished, I will never go back to being Altria. My wish remains unchanged. From the moment I drew the sword, my vow could change.
What are you talking about? It's not what you really need to do. Never be rewarded for what you did. That's wrong. You don't need the Holy Grail. Besides, Saber's wish won't come true. What's already happened can't be changed. Saber, you can't redo something that's already happened. At least you shouldn't. I know you're already figured that out.
No, that is absolutely.
And I'm going to tell you. No matter how bad it ended up, you can't change what happened. Asking for a do-over just because you didn't get the result you wanted is the way a spoiled kid acts. We're at an impasse. Saber doesn't say anything more, and I don't have any more to say. The sound of the wind stops. Or rather, it pauses for a moment. An instant later, it picks back up. Just as I feel the wind on my cheek,
I thought you of all people would understand.
it becomes a headwind.
Is that all you have to say after wasting our day?
Her voice is cold. I hear only rejection in it.
How arrogant. What knowledge can you claim to possess that lets you understand me? You have no right to involve yourself in my affairs. Ordering me not to fight an untrained master like you, who is so reliant on my protection, has no right to talk. You should keep such drivel to yourself until you are able to fight for yourself. Though I'm unsure whether that will ever happen.
Nope. This isn't just drivel!
It most assuredly is. Think only of myself. I could say the same of you. You place no value on your own life. You say that I am wrong while doing the very same thing. Only the dead think of prioritizing the lives of others. How can a complete fool who does not know the value of their own life spout such nonsense?
Saber, why do you...
Did I strike a nerve? I would be happy to dissolve our contract right now. You have no desire for the Grail in any case. I will defeat the remaining masters and obtain the Holy Grail alone.
I don't think you need to do it alone. You can just go back to Rin.
If you do not want to fight, then you need only hide.
Saber, are you serious? My voice trembles. My teeth are rattling. I'm angrier than I realized.
Of course, my only goal is attaining the Grail. Nothing else is important to me. And you, Shiro, are no exception.
I struggle to breathe. Try to fight the blackness encroaching on my vision. Try to get my heart beating again. You idiot! Fine. If you're that eager to fight, go do it yourself. I don't care anymore. I can't keep my emotions under control. I yell out some sort of lame excuse, then turn and run. Run away from her. And for an instant, I think I see Saber just standing there, dumbfounded. Damn it! I just run. I don't know why I'm mad, only that I am. So I run in a fit of rage.
Nothing else.
Grit my teeth. Honestly, I'm getting dizzy just thinking back on what she said. I'm so unfocused I might run into a pole or something. It would be easy if I could do that. If I was only angry at Saber, I should have taken it out on her like an idiot. Just been done with it. But something else caused my fit of rage. I'm not mad at Saber. I'm so frustrated that I keep running and I don't allow myself to catch my breath because I know I'm a spineless good-for-nothing. Saber just stands there, gaping at me. I heard her
At least he
faintly,
admits it.
just as the wind changed directions.
I thought you of all people would understand.
Damn. The hell would I know that, you idiot? I immediately regret my words and nearly trip. What do those words mean? It sounded like parting words, but also like she'd been about to cry. Now that I think back, that was probably the only honest thing she'd said. She'd hung her head as she muttered that to me. Her voice was a mixture of expectation, disappointment, and pleading. Then, who was the betrayer, and who was betrayed?
Find out more next time.
Yep, I think that's probably
Dragon
where we're
Ball
at it.
Z.
Yeah, just so you know, after this, like, the next event is called Night to Town, Last Boy Meets Girl. Boy Meets Girl being most of the, Shiro Saber, romance interactions.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that is Encounter, Most Ancient King.
Well, we will get to that stuff next week. Thank you all so very much for stopping by. Take care of yourselves. And we'll catch you in the next stream.
Archer coming in with the most powerful noble phantasm of all, the steel chair.